Hello everyone, welcome back to Sonny and Starlet, and if you're new here,
Welcome.
welcome. Enjoy the
Yes.
videos. So today, me and Sydney are going to be reading this wonderful little golden book biography of Cher. So let's begin. Do you know who that is? That's Cher.
Yes.
Sherilyn Sarkisian was born on May 20, 1946, in El Centro, California. Her mother had blonde hair and blue eyes, but Cher had black hair and brown eyes like her Armenian-American father. Cher's parents divorced when she was a baby. Her mother remarried and had another daughter. Cher's half-sister was also blonde and blue-eyed. With her dark looks, Cher felt she was different. When Cher was 4 years old, her mother took her to see the Disney movie Dumbo at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Cher was amazed by the huge stage and golden curtain that seemed to rise like magic. The movie was about a small circus elephant who was different from the other elephants. But when Dumbo learned to fly, he became the star of the show. Cher stared at the screen as the animals danced and sang songs. She wanted to do that too. At home, Cher would sing all the time. She sang without thinking about it. It was just something she did. Cher put on a performance of the musical Oklahoma for her 5th grade class. She taught the songs and dances to some of the girls. None of the boys wanted to be in the show, so Cher acted and sang all their parts. When she was 12, she practiced signing her name, so she'd be ready to give autographs when she became a famous movie star. In high school, Cher put her shiny black hair in 2 ponytails and wore huge sunglasses, just like Audrey Hepburn, her favorite actress. But school was hard for Cher. She'd always had trouble reading. Numbers made no sense to her. She felt different from her classmates. She decided to follow her dream of being a performer. Cher left school and moved to Hollywood with a friend. She began taking acting lessons and worked in a department store to earn money. One evening, she was in a coffee shop when a young man with long hair and a big smile walked in. His name was Salvatore Bono, but everyone called him Sonny. Sonny Bono was an assistant record producer and songwriter. Cher became friends with Sonny. He believed she would become a famous singer with her distinctive low voice. He wrote a song for her called I Got You Babe, but Cher felt nervous. She didn't want to sing alone, so Sonny stood next to her and sang a small part. They often faced each other while performing. I Got You Babe was a big hit in 1965. Suddenly, Sonny and Cher were famous. Girls dyed their hair black and wore bell-bottoms and vests to look like Cher. By 1971, the singing couple had married, become parents, and were the stars of a TV show. The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour ran for 4 seasons. Cher looked beautiful with her straight waist-length hair and beaded gowns made by designer Bob Mackie. Cher was more comfortable performing now. During this time, she recorded several hit songs on her own. When the TV show ended, Sonny and Cher broke up. Cher married again to rock star Greg Allman and had another child. But that marriage didn't last either. This was an unhappy time for Cher, but she loved being a mom. She and her children roller skated and rode bikes together. As a single mother, Cher knew she had to work hard to take care of her family. She gave live performances in Las Vegas, sometimes 2 shows a night. In 1979, she recorded an album of disco songs. In 1982, she moved to New York City to become an actress. People didn't believe the singer could be a serious actress. Cher proved them wrong. She landed a part in a Broadway play called Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean, and later performed the same role in the movie version. She received an Oscar nomination for her supporting role in Silkwood, and in 1988, she won the Oscar for Best Actress for Moonstruck. Cher was a movie star at last. Cher enjoyed acting, but she missed making music. Times had changed since her pop songs and disco records came out. People listened to different music in the 1980s. So Cher became a rock star, wearing a black leather jacket and singing If I Could Turn Back Time. She changed music styles again in 1998 with her hit Believe. The song sold millions of copies and earned Cher her first Grammy Award for Best Dance Recording. She went on a sold-out tour, traveling all over the United States and Europe. When the tour ended, Cher said she didn't want to go on the road again, but she wasn't done performing. For 3 years, starting in 2008, Cher performed at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Fans traveled from all over the world to see her. Cher opened the show by being lowered from the ceiling on a lit gold platform. Acrobats and dancers joined her on the huge stage. She sang while on a boat and in a giant pearl. She changed costumes and wigs 17 times a night. Cher was known around the world as the goddess of pop. In 2010, she played the owner of a dance club in a movie starring pop singer Christina Aguilera. The film premiered at Grauman's Chinese Theater, where Cher had seen her first movie 60 years earlier. Cher was invited to put her hand and footprints on a cement in front of the theater, like other famous celebrities have in the past. It was a great honor. Like Dumbo, Cher was flying high. Ever the star, she sprinkled gold glitter over the cement block. In 2017, at age 70, she returned to Las Vegas with a new show. The curtain rose like magic, and there was Cher, on top of an enormous mechanical elephant. Dressed in fabulous outfits, as always, she danced and sang for the cheering crowds. Then, a real elephant entered Cher's life. Kavan had lived in a cramped cell in a zoo in Pakistan for decades. When Cher learned of the animal's plight, she traveled to Pakistan to help rescue the elephant. Thanks to her efforts and those of other caring people, Kavan was moved to a wildlife sanctuary in Cambodia. Cher continues working to save other captive wild animals from being mistreated. Cher has come a long way and done so much. It's no wonder her story was turned into a Broadway musical. The Cher Show opened in New York City in 2018. It stars 3 actresses playing Cher at different ages and stages of her incredible life. I'm still on here. In 2024, Cher won the iHeartRadio Icon Award. Accepting the award, she told the audience, "Have a dream and don't give it up no matter what happens." Being a performer has always been Cher's dream, and it certainly came true. She is the only female recording artist to have a number 1 song in each of the last 7 decades. Throughout her career, Cher has had ups and downs, but she never stayed down. She believed in herself and kept finding new ways to entertain people. After more than 60 years in the show business, the goddess of pop has no plans to stop, and her millions of fans are cheering her on. The end. Or as I like to say, to be continued. So that is it for today, everyone. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you all in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Look at your favorite page. That's a good page. Wow. Who's your favorite person? Are you gonna pick a favorite word? Cher?
Cher.
That's a good choice. She's the whole reason this book exists. Bye bye.
Cher.
Cher. Ciao.